If turnaround times and costs keep changing, then your grading strategy must change as well. To be honest, if you're still picking up cards and sending them to PSA, kind of the same way you've been for the last year, you're probably just losing money. I spent the last 3 days curating a 25 card list um, of from everything from 2014 all the way to I mean some newer stuff, the most brand new set. So I have 25 cards from a 13-year gap, and I'll be breaking them down, and I'm gonna show y'all on these 4 examples of cards that I'm gonna be choosing to send to to CGC over PSA, and explain why. And then in my next video, I'm going to show off the whole 25 card list. So basically, with the PSA turnarounds being roughly 5 months right now, and kind of their inconsistency that you're seeing online, basically your money is just being tied up, in an asset that you just can't, have right now. So yeah, I'm gonna send this 25 card lot to CGC, and I'm gonna be using their economy tier, and I'm gonna be buying the yearly subscription thing, and they also offer like $150 off an order per year that you're a member, which I'll throw up the little things on screen here so you can see what I'm talking about. But the economy tier is $18 a card. They do go as low as $14 if you're part of the subscription base, but at the $14 mark, they do a 40-day turnaround. But with the $18 mark, they're doing a 20-day turnaround right now. So you can get them twice as fast for $3 more a card. So what I did when I picked out all my cards, I just curated my cards for the extra $3 already. Like, I never even looked at a card and was like, oh, if I send it in for the 14, I would do. No, I just, hey, in my head, it was an $18 card. We gotta make it happen. And actually, I did it at $20 in my head because of the shipping and the fees and all that. I just kind of tacked on a couple dollars to every card. But I'm gonna show off these 4 cards real fast. We'll try to keep the video down to about 15 minutes, so buckle up here. So I got this Team Aqua Kyogre EX. Great card. I had 3 of these actually. When I came back for my personal collection and start selling, I found out I had 3, and I found out what the prices were. I sold 1 raw. I sent 1 to PSA that should get an 8 or a 9, and then this was my last one that I was like, well, it might get a 7. Let's see right here. Actually, I don't want to take out my sleeve. These have all been fully cleaned and wiped off, microfiber, all that. So I don't want to take it out. But this is what the card damage is. It's this, which is all factory, by the way, because I pulled these straight out of packs, put them straight in the sleeve. So this is all factory cuts back in, what, 2016, 2015. Yeah, they're just bad cuts at this time. But that's all the damage. Now, there's 2 people watching this, 2 types of people. One's that's going to see, oh, there's a little speck right there. There's a dot. So it's like a dot, a little thing, and then, this damage, and then this. And there's 2 types of people that either grade or don't grade that's going to look at this and say, this card is a PSA 2. And it's like, no, you've never seen a PSA 2. A PSA 2 can be folded in half, sprinkled dust in the cracks. Like, that's a PSA 2. This is probably, oh, I'm not going to say it together. It's either a 6 or either a 7. Because the front is so good. And front has a lot of, see, like, so what you're seeing here is just the light catching the foil kind of up, but it's not damage. It is just a, yeah. So there is a nick, like right around here, like right there. Again, very, very small though. But the front of the card is probably flawless, like no joke. The pattern, there's no scratches, nothing. And then your damage is mostly here. Anyways, I actually expect this thing to get, I would say, like I said, a 6 or a 7. It could actually lean towards the 7 side. And I'll throw up some pictures of other cards that I comped them to that got 7s in a PSA or in CGC, whatever ones I find. I have a couple of them saved. But it's still a great card. So I have it listed as a potential 7 in CGC, which would sell for over $450. So the same card, that I could sell 200 raw, I can send it to PSA and hope for a 7, and it would be like a $40 difference. I'm gonna send it to CGC, If I get a 7, it's $450. If I get an 8, which one of the grading apps, I'm not even going to talk about it, but one of the grading apps said that this had an 8 potential, and CGC is so much more human based. Where like Tag would analyze this with the, whatever, but the CGC more focuses on the front of a card. They're very, very lenient on the back. So if this does come back as an 8, it's a $550 card. And now the difference between CGC and the PSA is CGC will give you up to $1,000 on a card. So for the $18 mark that I'm gonna be sending them off at, I can send up to $1,000 card and not get hit with an upcharge. To where PSA, they do 300, 500, whatever. But you start at 300. So like this card would automatically go and be sent to the 65-day tier, or the $65 tier, which is also like 30 bucks. I mean, like 60 bucks. And it's like 30 days. And then on the website, they'll say it's 20 days, but I'll show you all a screenshot. I had sent out a card back in November on the 20-day notice. I mean, on the 20-day turnaround. And here we are 40 days in, and I still haven't gotten it. And even the expected date on the website says like December 30th or something like that. And then here we are, today's the 9th. So like, even their expensive plan that I spent $65 on my card, it's still, who knows when it's going to come back. I'm assuming it will, just whenever. Yep. So you factor in the $20 for this card, $18 get it graded, the $2 of shipping and bundle fee, whatever. So $20 for this card, and I can make, I mean, anywhere from $450 to, I'd say $550 off this card. So perfect candidate for a CGC submission. And again, I'm doing a lot of this as like a big test. Oh my God. I'm doing a lot of this as a big test for y'all and for me, just to see like what CGC is like, which cards make sense to grade and send out. And yeah, here's gonna be another great example. Is this Celebi, this amazing rare Celebi. Makes no sense. Well, first of all, I absolutely love this card. I have 4 of the amazing rares. I'm gonna send off 2 of them in this submission, but I have 4 of them. They're like $2 cards. I think these should be $10 cards. Like, look at the foil in the, look at that, the foil inside the energies and the retreat calls. And anyways, these cards are phenomenal. I have all of them in like perfect condition. These bumps you see are from the sleeve, but the corners are perfectly rounded. Look at that, perfect. I mean, these cards are great. The fronts are completely untouched. Great cards. So this becomes my CGC submission because of the lower cost, really. I mean, $18 for the card to get it graded. Now, in a PSA 9, this card goes for $15. So it costs you more to grade this card than the card would sell. In a 10, you can get like 40 bucks. So now you're risking, to make 40 bucks, but spend 22 on getting it graded, and then in 5 months get your card back for 20 bucks. But with CGC, they have their pristine label, and now this in a pristine label is, they sell right at 100 bucks. And I looked at multiple of them, the Zacian, the Zamazenta, they all sell, or I think even the Rayquaza was at like 120. So if you get a pristine 10, which I am shooting for in this card, because there's nothing, this card's, as I said, flawless. Yeah, so I'm going to shoot for the pristine 10 here, and that's 100 bucks. So if you spend 18 to get it graded, you get it back in 20 work days. So I would say 28 days, so less than a month. Less than a month, you get it back, and you can make, what's that, 20 minus, you make 80 bucks off this card. But it doesn't make sense in a PSA, because you either shoot for a 10 for 40 bucks, or you shoot for a 9 to break even in 5 months. But you can send this card out and get it back in a month. And if you hit the pristine, but you're also gambling now, you're shooting for something that's, top tier. But if you hit it, you made your money. If you hit a 10, they are still going for about 30 bucks. So, you get your $10 back. Well, you get your money back plus $10 in a month. So you don't have a loss. If you think this is pristine, then you can shoot it off as a, pristine hopeful. And if you get back your 10 and you still make your money back, then you're not really gambling. Something that helped my mindset when I was looking for cards to grade is that I almost treated a CGC 10 as a PSA 9. Those numbers ran pretty parallel, It lower tier cards where it'd be like a PSA was 30 bucks, but then CGC was 25 bucks. So to flip this card in a month, and then I mean, hypothetically, you could do this card for 5 months over and over and over and over. Say you hit pristine, say you hit a 10, say you hit two tens, a pristine, and two nines. So you would make 100 on your pristine, you would make 80 on the two tens, and then you would make what, 30 bucks. So you're looking at $210. You made $210 on five $2 cards. You can find these cards for $2 to $3. So you made $210 on $5 in 1 month. I mean, that turnaround sounds great to me. If I can make $170 on one card in a month, times it by 25, hypothetically, you're making, I don't know, what, close to $4,000 a month off of just sending PSA cheap cards, like these $2 cards, and trying to shoot for a good grade. You can make, a couple grand a month. And obviously, you wouldn't want your grading strategy to be to send out 100 of these. I mean, maybe you do. Maybe you take $100 and you buy 50 of these and you scoop up all of them that look really good. And I mean, $50, $100, you get 50 of these. Keep it even more realistic and say you got 42 of them. Say 5 of them hit pristine. Say 20 of them hit 10s, and then the rest of them hit 9s, and you got an 8. You just throw the 8 away. But I mean, you're still looking at, I mean, I'll throw the math up here if I remember or whatever, but I mean, that could be a play. You could just buy these $2 cards that don't make sense on a PSA and send them off to CGC. With these, I'm gonna be testing this one. So I picked up these from a guy named Cadillac Parker on eBay. I'll flash his channel up here. He's an extremely nice guy. He took pictures of the cards front and back for me. He was extremely patient with me, just asking questions, because buying online is a little tougher. You don't get to see the card, but if the guy could take a picture and he was showing every angle of the card, and he was very, very nice. Anyways, got this card for a good deal. I got the whole set. It's in there. I got the whole set, and I'm shooting for all pristines here. But I know realistically, they're all not going to get pristines. And that grade would have to be like the greatest person ever. But I'm expecting like 2 10s, 2 pristines. That's what I have written down. The set together goes for, they're like $250 for a pristine, and then like $100 for a 10. So if you get a sequential set, which I will have the sequential set, you're looking at over 300 bucks for a mix of 10s and 9s, like 350 for a mix of 10s, and maybe like 1 pristine. But if you get 2 pristines and 2 10s, you bump up like $50 per, per the better grades, all the way up to, they had one sell for like $800 with 4 pristines, not sequential. So if by like some crazy grace you got all 4 pristines in sequential, you're probably looking at over $1,000 for these cards. Just another great test card that I want to test with CGC, see how they do with me there. And then the last one, another one that makes perfect sense for CGC. Phantasmal Flames has tanked in prices. You could get this card for probably 50 cents. You can get most of their IRs for under $1 right now on CCG Player. So it's like a 50-cent card. I pulled it myself. It's completely packed fresh. Everything is perfect about the card. The usual with me is I pull it, I sleeve it. It should be good. But everything is pretty flawless. The centering on front and back is great. And the card is dope, man. I've said this in another video. I just love this card. The card is great. The colors are great. It's Charizard. It's great. But in a CGC, we send this off. We shoot for the pristine. The pristine goes for about 160 bucks right now. So again, I don't want to touch it because I've done clean these off really well. But the sleeves would bother me. But yeah, so 160 bucks in a pristine. But then, if you get a 10, it's going about 60 bucks. So you still make your money back. So if you don't get a pristine and it falls to a 10, if you're shooting for pristine, it falls to a 10, you still make 60, or you make 40, sell it for 60. And if it gets a 9, then it's like about 15 bucks. So you kind of barely break even. But I'm shooting for a pristine, of course, because I pulled this one. Now I was looking because I have the Mega Gengar, I have the Sharpedo. I got them right here. I got the Venusaur, Anyway, so Lucario, I have a bunch of them, and I was looking at the prices of all of them, and none of them made sense. Like Pristines were going for like 50 bucks, hoping for a perfect thing. If it was 10, it was under. This one makes sense. This one, it's Charizard. People likes it. The colors are great. The artwork is great. I love all the texture and all that right there is great. But yeah, we're shooting for a Pristine. Make 180 bucks. It's a good day. So this was another perfect example of a CGC card. PSA, you send this off, you're gonna pay 30 bucks. If you get a 9, you make you break even. If you get a 10, you make like 10 bucks. So another great candidate for a CGC shot there. All right, that's it. I rambled long enough. It's probably a 15-minute video now. Just wanted to show y'all that I did 3 days of work watching videos. I've watched probably 50 videos of people doing submissions and CGC graders and doing research on this stack of cards to see which ones would be great to send to CGC. So I will show off this stack. I'll make the video tonight. The video will be up in a few days after this video gets pumping. And it won't be a ramble video. It'll just be boom, boom. Here's the front. Here's what I think it is. My normal submission videos. And then I'm going to send this out to CGC and I'll put the math on the screen for y'all to show you what the prices are. Because the prices are good, especially for a first time submission with the $150 off. I mean, it may cost like $300 to get this graded and then get $150 off. It's gonna cost me $150. That means all my margins are gonna be twice. Like instead of making $430 on this card, I'll make $442 or whatever. So anyways, just wanted to show that off, guys. If you're not following, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Follow this journey, man. If you're interested in grading or CGC or first time experience, I've never done CGC before, but I'm doing a lot of research for y'all. I will be selling all these cards when they come back. I'll be selling all my PSA cards, all on my website. All the links will be below, of course. Nothing on the site right now, but if you want to go ahead and get in, get the email list going, what I will do is all the cards I get back from PSA will be on my website at a cheap price because fees are a lot less on a self-owned website. So everything will go on a website for 2 weeks before they go to eBay. So if you do go to the website and you following it, you subscribe with the email link, I will send out a mass email saying when they go up, you get first dibs on all cards in these videos. So yes, y'all start looking into that. We're gonna grow this business and we're gonna make it legit. And if these CGC cards come back and their ROI is good and the speed is great, and this might change how I move grading forward. I'm gonna be honest. All right, guys, and until next time, the swamp is growing. Don't get lost out there.